So, getting ready for our power yoga practice tonight. Today I want to focus more on twists. So we're gonna do a lot of this, also combined with some side bends. And we're gonna start in our seated position where we usually start, actually, and then from there, rolling those shoulders up and back. Maybe you notice some movement already going on in your lower back, but in your upper back as well. Maybe some tension present here. Maybe you want to do it a couple of times, rolling them to the front and back. And then from there, placing the back of the hands onto the knees. And then we bring our middle finger and our thumb together, connecting the thumb with the element of space. And then from there, lengthening a little bit more, lifting your heart slightly, tucking in the tailbone. And from here, noticing how your belly is maybe moving when you breathe in, how it's moving when you breathe out. And then bringing that attention towards the shoulders. And if you noticed just now when you were rolling your shoulders back that there is maybe already some tension present, and see if you can identify where you feel most of the tension when you are sitting here at the beginning of your practice. And bringing that focus a little bit further down. Towards the middle of the back, the lower part of the back. Maybe noticing also how those muscles are feeling at the back side there. And from there, moving your focus from your back towards your belly. And then noticing what is going on inside of your belly today. Maybe you notice that your stomach is busy, especially if you already had some food before starting the practice. Or maybe you notice that your intestines are busy, digesting the food that you already had earlier today. We use twists. We give a little bit of a boost to our digestive system. You can see twists as a little massage for the organs, which also helps us to not only keep the back muscles and the belly muscles healthy, but also to keep those organs healthy as well. So maybe noticing what the activity inside of your belly is right now, and maybe you don't notice anything in particular. Because at the end of the practice, we will focus on the belly again to notice what is going on after our power yoga practice. And then And from here, slowly bringing your chin towards your chest. And then slowly bringing your hands towards each other, releasing your mudra, and placing the fingertips against each other, pointing your fingers down, letting your wrists relax onto the legs. And from here, breathing in, bringing those arms up, open, bringing your head all the way back. Breathing out, bringing your hands in front of your face, over the eyes. Slowly open your eyes, maybe making some circles, rolling your eyes to the right. And making circles the other way around, towards the left. And then from there, breathing in, keeping those eyes open, opening the arms. And breathing out, hands in front of the heart. Breathing in, circle all the way up. Breathing out, left hand next to you on the mat, and then slowly going for a little bit of a side bend here. Breathing in, coming back in the middle. Breathing out to the other side. Breathing in, coming back in the middle. And breathing out to the side. Breathing in, coming back in the middle. We do one more. Breathing out to the side. And then from there, breathing in, bringing those hands up in the middle. Breathing out, placing your elbows onto the knees. Now from here, you can bring those fingertips back together if you want. And then see if you can lengthen a little bit more, lifting the chest here. And bringing those fingertips together is actually associated by connecting the left and the right part of our brain. It helps with concentration. So maybe you notice when you are busy talking about something or giving a presentation, and you notice that you want some of that concentration, that you already naturally have that inclination of doing this. That's actually a really natural movement for us. Now from here, we're gonna combine our knees here with a little twist. So on your next inhalation, you bring the weight a little bit more onto the right elbow, and then from there we open the left hand back. Breathing out, slowly coming back, placing your left elbow onto the knee. Breathing in, open. You don't have to go that far. Breathing out, coming back, connecting the fingers. Breathing in, left arm goes back. Maybe this time you want just a little bit more. Breathing out, bringing those hands back together. Breathing in, open. And breathing out, bring those fingertips back together. This time, breathing in, open to the left and placing your left hand onto the tailbone, and then slowly see if there is space to turn us just a little bit more, keeping your shoulders away from the ears. Breathing out, coming back. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Breathing in, open, placing that hand onto the tailbone, opening up just a little bit more. Keep pushing the sitting bones down into the ground. Breathing out, bringing those hands back together, and then from there, dropping your head for a moment. Breathing in, lengthen, lifting the chest, making the back as straight as possible. And then breathing out, placing your fingertips in one line with those knees onto the mat. Breathing in, see if you can lift the chest a little bit more. And then breathing out, bringing those elbows open to the side. See if there is space to go to the front. Breathing in, see if you can lengthen a little bit more, pushing those sitting bones down and bringing the shoulder blades slightly towards each other. Now from here, breathing in, slowly pushing those left fingers into the ground, lifting up with that left hand. Breathing out, placing those left fingertips down, opening those elbows to the side. Breathing in, slowly lifting up, also noticing the space in the shoulders. Breathing out, placing it down. Now from here, breathing in, bringing those arms to the front and up. Breathing out, hands in front of your heart. Breathing in, open, lifting the heart, shoulder blades together. Breathing out, round the spine, give yourself a hug. Breathing in, open, lifting the chest, open the arms. Breathing out, around the spine. Now from here, breathing in, circle all the way up And then from there, breathing out, slowly bringing those hands down here. Now breathing in, bringing your right arm all the way to the side and open back. Breathing out, placing your right hand onto the left knee. Left hand goes a little bit more to the back. We open up, looking over the shoulder. Breathing in, bringing both arms up. On that exhale, bringing those hands down. Breathing in, left hand all the way to the right. And then from there, we open up. And breathing out slowly, twisting left hand onto the right knee, opening here. Breathing in this time, both hands go all the way up. And breathing out, hands in front of you, come on to hands and knees. From there, turning towards the front side of the mat, knees in one line with the hips. Placing the hands just a little bit wider so there's some space for our fingers to go all the way down into the ground. Now from here, breathing in, shoulder blades together, tailbone goes back. Breathing out, round your spine. Breathing in, shoulder blades together, tailbone back. Breathing out, round the spine. Breathing in, shoulder blades together, tailbone back. Breathing out, round the spine here. And from here, breathing in, coming into your neutral position. And then from there, curl your toes, slowly move yourself back, looking in between those hands towards the mat. And from there, breathing in, roll it all the way to the front. And breathing out, move it back. Breathing in, roll it all the way to the front. And breathing out, moving back. One more. Breathing in, roll it to the front. And breathing out, move it back. Now from here, breathing in, coming to the front. And then from there, next inhalation, bringing the right arm up, open into a twist here. Breathing out, placing your right hand down. Breathing in, left arm goes up. And breathing out, bring it down. From there, moving your butt back, and this time slowly lifting the butt for downward dog. And then see if you can spread those fingers fully out here, slowly bending your knees one at a time. From there, coming all the way top of the toes, stretching it out and moving it back. Maybe you want to do one more. Moving it back, and then from there, bending the knees, looking in between the hands, stepping right, left to the front side of your mat. Breathing in, making a table of your back, and breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, circle all the way up, and breathing out, hands in front of your heart. Feet in one line with the hips here. And then from there, slowly tucking in your tailbone a little bit more, hands in front of the heart, maybe closing your eyes for a moment. And from here, breathing in, circle all the way up, hands together, breathing out, slowly going towards the left side, pushing those hips out to the side, breathing in, coming back in the middle, and breathing out, slowly moving to the side. Breathing in, coming back in the middle, and breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, table of your back, and breathing out, left foot first step to the back, knee in the ground, foot in the ground. Breathing in, lengthen, looking to the front. Breathing out, left hand in one line with your left shoulder, and then from there, opening it up into that side twist. Breathing out, hand goes down. And breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, bringing those hands down, curl the left and step it back to high plank. And then from there, placing the knees down, placing the feet down, slowly going down here. Breathing in, baby cobra. Breathing out, but goes back and up for downward facing dog. Slowly bending your knees one at a time, or maybe you want to go all the way on top of those toes again. See what feels good here. And then from there, we slowly bend the knees, look in between the hands, stepping right, left to the front side of your mat. Breathing in, table of your back. Breathing out, forward folds. Breathing in, circle all the way up. And breathing out, hands in front of your heart. Breathing in, circle all the way up. Breathing out, forward folds. Breathing in, table of your back, and this time breathing out, right foot, far step to the back, knee in the ground, foot in the ground. Breathing in, length and looking to the front. Breathing out, right hand and one now with your right shoulder, and then from there we open it up into that side twist. Breathing out, hand goes down. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, hands go down, curl the back toes, step it back to high plank. And then from there, choosing your option, either placing the knees down or going down for lower plank. And then from there, to upward facing dog, going back for downward facing dog. And again, see if you want to move a little bit, or if you feel like just staying in a static downward dog right now. And then from here, slowly bending the knees, stepping right, left to the front side of the mat again. Breathing in, table of your back. Breathing out, forward folds. Breathing in, circle all the way up. And breathing out, hands in front of your heart. Breathing in, circle all the way up. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, table of your back. This time breathing out, left foot about 1 meter to the back. Now for this one, you can use your blocks if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. I will show it with blocks today. And then placing the blocks next to the right foot. And we turn those toes of the left foot just a little bit out so they're slightly pointing to the side. Now from here, check if your right ankle is in one line here. So your right heel actually is in one line with your right hip. Your left heel is in one line with your left hip. And then from there, placing your hands on the blocks or your fingertips on the blocks. You're breathing in, lengthening, keeping both legs straight. Make sure you do not lock the left knee. So there's a little micro bend going on here, looking down towards the ground. Now from here, placing your left block a little bit more towards your right foot, so your block and your hand is in one line with your left shoulder. Then from here, breathing in, slowly twist. One option, placing your hand onto the hip, or if you want more, bring the hand up towards the ceiling. Now keep pushing those feet down into the ground for that stability. Then from there, slowly bringing those hands down. Bringing your right hand onto the right block, breathing in, hands onto the hip here, soft opener, or bringing that hand up. You will notice that this asks a little bit more of your hip right now. Now from there, bringing it down, placing that left block a little bit more to the left again, so you can breathe in, you can lengthen here, and breathing out, folding towards your leg. Breathing in, slowly stepping your left foot back to the front. Breathing out for Uttanasana. Breathing in, circle all the way up. And breathing out, hands in front of your heart. Breathing in, circle all the way up. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, table of your back. And breathing out this time, right foot about 1 meter to the back, hands end up on the blocks or on the ground. And then from there, again, check if your right toes are pointing a little bit out to the side, around 45 degrees, lifting those arches of the feet, and then check if the left heel is in one line with your left hip and your right heel in one line with your right hip. Then from there, breathing in, pushing those toes and those feet down into the ground, lengthen. Breathing out, forward fold. Now from here, placing your right block underneath your right shoulder, breathing in, we open. One option is placing the hand onto your hip or bringing your hand all the way up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, hand goes down. And then from there, left hand onto the left block, breathing in again, opening towards the right side with your right hand onto your hip or opening it up here. Breathing out, bringing those hands down and then placing your blocks to the side again. On an exhalation, folding forward towards your leg. And then from there, stepping your back foot to the front again. Breathing in, we make a table of our back. Exhale, forward fold. Breathing in, circle all the way up. And breathing out, hands in front of your heart. And then slowly check again how your feet are doing. They're the strong stability, the strong base that gives us our foundation for our whole practice. So from here, lifting those toes up, spreading them out, and then placing them down one by one in the ground. Lifting those arches of the feet, lifting the kneecaps, tucking in the tailbone, hands in front of your heart. Now from here, breathing in, circle all the way up, breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, table of your back, and breathing out, left foot, far step to the back, and then slowly walk towards the left side, bringing that right foot with you as well. Now from here, there are actually a couple of options. You can always grab your blocks again. So I will start with the blocks today. So you can always use them. You can also do it without if you want to. And then from there, placing your hands either on the blocks or on the ground underneath your shoulders. And from there, lifting the inside of the feet, so lifting those arches. And from there, lengthen the back, tucking in your tailbone just a little bit here. Activating those legs, engaging them in this practice. And then see if you can really push down those outsides of the feet here. The legs are strong. And then from there, on your next exhalations, only start to bend the elbows. So we're just bending the elbows here, keeping our spine as straight as possible. And once we're bending here, we're also lifting our butt up towards the ceiling even more. And maybe this is your moment where you notice that you don't want to use blocks today, or that you just want to stay in wherever option you are right now. And while you're going down, you're also changing the direction of where you are looking towards. So we can also lengthen in the neck here. And then slowly releasing in your upper body, just let it hang here. And maybe moving a little bit to the back and to the front. The legs stay active, but your upper body can hang for a moment. Now from here, breathing in, slowly lengthen in that upper body again. And then from there, slowly making your step a little bit smaller. Not too small, but just a little bit smaller. Keep lifting those arches of the feet. And then from there, you can always choose to grab a block, place it underneath your hand, or do this one without blocks. We're going to go for some twists again. Left hand in one line with your left shoulder. Breathing in, open. See if you can open here, bringing that hand towards the ceiling. Legs are fully engaged. Breathing out, bringing your right hand down. Breathing in, left hand up. Breathing out, left hand down. Breathing in, right hand up. Breathing out, right hand down. Breathing in, left hand up. Breathing out, left hand down. And from there, continue in your own breathing tempo. And maybe you notice that this is the option you want to stay with today. Or maybe you notice you want just a little bit more. And in that case, once you go up, you bring that arm all the way back down, placing it on the outside of the opposite leg, and then opening on the other side. So in this case, bringing the left hand all the way towards the right leg, opening here. And on that exhale, moving to the other side. And from there, creating the twist. Now, if you still want more, then see, the next time you bring that arm up, if you want to stay here for a moment, stretching out the legs, really reaching with your arm here. Breathing out, we do it also on the other side. Lifting and twisting. And slowly bring those hands down. And then slowly bring those feet towards each other so they end up underneath the hips. And then slowly bending the knees, coming onto hands and knees. We were down with our heads for quite some time, so we don't want to go all the way up immediately. So that's why we end up on all fours for a moment to slowly move around before continuing the rest of the practice. So maybe you just want to drop your head down here, slowly moving from side to side, and I'm bringing your butt towards your heels, stretching yourself all the way out, placing your head down on the ground for a moment, taking 3 breaths in child's pose. And from here, slowly moving your hands towards the knees. Come and sit up here. And then from there, making sure that the knees are to the front. If you notice that the feet are a little bit sensitive today, you can always roll up a blanket and place it underneath the feet. Or actually underneath the ankles, not the feet itself. And then from there, we breathe and we bring the arms up. Breathing out, placing your left hand in between the shoulder blades. And then from there, we bring that right hand on top of our elbow. And then see if you can lengthen just a little bit more. Lengthening in the back, bringing your shoulder down just a bit more. Now from here, breathing in. See if you slowly want to go a little bit more to the side. So if I show it like this, we're slowly moving into a little bit of a side stretch. And from here, coming back in the middle. And we do it again to the same side, slowly going towards the right side. And coming back in the middle. Now from there, stretching out the arms. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So placing your right hand in between the shoulder blades, left hand onto that elbow, and from there lengthen a little bit more, and when you're ready, slowly going for that side stretch towards the left, and moving back in the middle. Do that again, slowly stretching it out to the left, and back in the middle, and then slowly bring those arms up and down, rolling those shoulders. And taking that moment here to notice, how are my shoulders doing? How is my neck doing compared to the beginning of the practice? Maybe those first shoulder rolls that you did at the beginning. Now from here, we place our hands in front of us. We come back onto all fours. And then from there, curl your toes. Slowly move yourself back to downward dog. Now from there, you're going to bend your knees and you're going to walk those feet towards the hands. Maybe at a certain point you have to place those fingertips into the ground. And then from there, grabbing one block or a pillow, placing it down. And then from there, placing your hands next to the block, but just a little bit wider. And then when you walk it back into downward dog. Now from there, you're going to push yourself away. And then see if you maybe want to bring the block a little bit more towards you. And depending also on how tall you are, maybe you have to place the block flat, or maybe you have to turn it to the side or up. It's depending on how long your arms are especially. So if you're small, your block will stay probably a little bit lower. If you're quite tall, you place it a little bit higher. You're going to move your head towards the block. But at the same time, we don't want to overstretch the legs. So we want a little micro bend in those knees here, pushing those hands away. And from there, see if you can rest the top of your head onto the block, or maybe move it a little bit more towards you, maybe placing the top of your forehead on top of the block. And then while you're doing this, slowly lifting the left heel and the right heel. Again, do not lock the knees, so the knees are a little bit bended. And then see what you notice that is happening in between the shoulder blades when you do this. Probably you feel some movement there as well. And if it was quite tense, maybe you also notice that right now. Now from here, slowly bending the knees and then moving yourself down onto all fours so you can place the block to the side again. And then bringing those hands a little bit closer. Now from there, we stretch it all the way out like an angry cat, pushing yourself away, breathing in, bringing the butt back, looking to the front. And do that again. Angry cat. And cow. And then from there, slowly walking yourself back so you end up onto the heels, but we keep those toes tucked under. And then from there, breathing in, bringing those arms all the way up. Breathing out, we twist towards the left and see if you can really twist with the shoulders here in the middle of the back and that you're not bringing those knees all the way with you. From there, breathing in, coming back in the middle. Then do the same thing on the other side, on that exhalation. And maybe you notice that one side is easier than the other. Breathing in, coming back in the middle. This time, a little bit of a side bend. Breathing out, we bring those fingertips together again. Slowly moving towards the left. From there, coming back in the middle. And doing the same thing on the right side. Slowly coming back in the middle. And I'm bringing those hands down, placing them down again, moving yourself back to downward facing dog. Now bending the knees, looking in between the hands, stepping right, left, back to the front side of your mat. Breathing in, making a table of your back. And breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, circle all the way up. And breathing out, hands in front of your heart. Breathing in, circle all the way up. And breathing out, we twist with our arms open. Breathing in, back in the middle. And breathing out, other side. Now from here, breathing in, coming back in the middle. Breathing out, placing your left hand onto your tailbone. And then slowly twist a little bit more, reaching back here. Noticing what is happening in your lower back. Slowly coming back in the middle. And then from there, in an exhalation, doing the same thing on the other side. And slowly coming back in the middle. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, table of your back. And then from there, breathing out, placing your left foot a far step to the back. Knee in the ground, foot in the ground. Slowly walking yourself back, lifting those toes off the ground, and then see if you want to place the fingertips in the round, looking to the front. Now from here, placing both hands on the left side of your leg, making sure that you're not overstretching the right leg here. And then from there, maybe moving a bit with those hands towards the left side. Keeping your leg like this, do not overstretch it here. If you notice, well, I'm not sure what we're doing right now, but this is too much, you just stay here in the middle. And then from there, we walk it back, slowly moving ourselves to the front and placing that right foot back and left foot to the front. And maybe you want to grab that ankle, place it a little bit more to the front. And then from here, slowly moving it back. See if you want to place those fingertips in the ground, pushing that heel away from you. And if you want more, both hands on the inside here, on the right side of your left foot, or slowly walking towards the right side. You will notice that there is quite an opener here on the upper side of the side of your upper body. And then from there, slowly going back in the middle, bring it all the way to the front. And then from there, you're gonna bring that leg back as well. Now from here, you place those knees in one line with the hips. And this time we're gonna open the right leg to the back. So if I show this with my left leg, it looks like this. But we're gonna start with our right leg. And then from there, placing your right hand in front of you, one line with the shoulder. And then from there, we open into that adjusted side plank. And then from there, slowly moving your hand down and then slowly moving that foot back. Now bringing your right leg back as well, but we keep our left foot or left toes in the ground, pushing your heel away. Now from here, we're gonna walk our hands towards the right side again. Now keep pushing that left heel back. That's actually where that counter strength in this pose is coming from. Pushing the top of the right foot down in the ground as well, and then slowly walking it back to the middle. Now from there, placing that left knee back and then opening the left leg up, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, opening up here for that adjusted side plank. And then from there, bringing your hand down and then slowly bringing that left leg back. Right toes are in the ground, pushing your heel away from you, either staying here or slowly walking your hands towards the left side. Keep pushing the heel away from you here. And from there, slowly coming back in the middle, placing those knees back together. And then from there, bringing the big toes together, knees a little bit more out to the side, moving yourself back here, placing your forehead down on the ground. And taking a couple of deep breaths here. From here, pushing those hands into the ground and then slowly start walking yourself a little bit more towards the left side. So maybe your upper body ends up above your left knee, and then from there, exhale fully, bringing your head down for a little bit of relaxation here, but make sure that you keep pushing both knees down into the ground. And then from here, slowly walking back to the middle. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side. And slowly coming back in the middle. In your child's pose, stretching those hands all the way out, placing your forehead down. Now see if you can walk those fingers of the right hand a little bit higher. So we're stretching out all the way on the right side. And then slowly bring the right arm back. And from there we're going to walk those left fingers all the way to the front, as far away as possible. And slowly bringing it back. Now from here, slowly coming back onto all fours, bringing those knees back in one line with those hips, slowly moving your butt from side to side. And then from there, we are slowly going to sit onto those heels again. And I want to show you a little bit of a trick that we actually already just did in child's pose. But what you can also do if you sit down behind your desk for a long time and you feel, oh, I feel that the sides of my body are really tense and tight and my shoulders hurt. What you can do, you can also just do this sitting down onto your desk chair. So you don't have to sit like this in order to do this. And then from here, we're going to bring those arms up. And what you're going to do is you're going to imagine that you're climbing a ladder. That's actually the best explanation I can give. So what we're going to do is we're going to stretch and grab, stretch and grab, stretch and grab. So if I would show it from the front, it is this movement. So you notice that you're stretching out one side at the time, and I'm actively grabbing something above you. So what this does is creates movement on both sides of the body. So we create that stretching out, a little bit like maybe stretch out in the morning when we wake up. Now from here, bring both arms up, intertwining the fingers inside of the hands towards the ceiling, stretching it out, and then slowly towards the side. And slowly back in the middle and to the other side. Slowly back in the middle, bringing those hands in front of you, coming onto all fours, and then from there, moving it down onto the back. Now from here, bringing the knees all the way towards the chest, maybe making a couple of circles here. We're gonna do a little bit of a belly muscle exercise while lying here. You can make it as intense for yourself as you want to, so you don't have to do it in a really tough way if you don't feel like that today, or maybe you want to fire it up just a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to stretch the arms out above your head, so we have that length on the side of our body again, and then from there you're going to stretch the legs out. I leave it up to you. If you feel like today you want to point the toes, so you really want to point them towards the ceiling, later on we're going to bring the legs down, or if you want to flex the feet. I leave this totally up to you, what feels like your option today. Now from there, once you chose that option, pushing either the heels or the toes away, and then slowly start to move them down, 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 down. And as soon as you notice that you start to come up in your upper body, you're way too far. So go until that moment where you notice, oh my God, I really have to work if I want to keep doing this. And then from there, you're gonna bring it up, 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 and up. And if you're not sure if you're going too far, or you notice that you're holding your breath in order to go down, then see, since it's an online class and I can't hear you actually right now, if you want to talk either to yourself or maybe someone that is walking around right now, just start a little conversation, because as long as we are talking, we are breathing. So you can use those belly muscles in a way in which you notice that you can still breathe because you are able to talk. We do 2 more. So see if you want to keep talking to yourself. Maybe give yourself a little compliment or a little boost, like you're doing a great job, you can do 1 more, come on, you can do this. And then doing the last one here. And slowly bringing it up and bending the knees. Now I introduced this one as a belly muscle exercise, but you probably noticed that it's actually a great exercise for the quadriceps, the muscle group in our upper legs, and also in those hip flexors actually. So having some circles here, and especially in your yoga practice when you're busy with certain poses in which you want to lift one leg while standing, and stuff like this can really help to strengthen those muscles. Now from here, slowly dropping the knees towards the right side for again a twist here. And then from there you can bring your arms over your head, and maybe you want to move those hands towards the elbows here. And from there, closing your eyes, a little bit of a relaxation in this twist. And of course, if you notice that you can't drop the knees fully down, maybe placing a block or a pillow in between the legs or underneath both legs. So nice twist here. Noticing how are your shoulders doing? How's your back doing? And slowly moving those knees back in the middle and dropping them down towards the other side. We're also changing the arms, dropping them the other way around. From here, slowly coming back in the middle. The knees together, making little circles here. And from there, placing the feet down into the ground, slowly moving for some windshield wipers. Arms next to the body. And from there, stretching the legs out. And maybe you want to bring them all the way down in a straight line, or maybe today you feel like just making a little starfish out of your whole body, just placing it down fully open here. And then from there, closing your eyes, bringing your attention towards the belly again. Maybe you notice that now there is some active stuff going on inside of your stomach or inside of the intestines. Or maybe you notice that there is less tension around the belly, around the back, or the shoulders. Taking a moment to check in with your belly, to check in with those places where you felt that there was some tension present at the beginning of our practice. And surrendering yourself here for Shavasana. And I will guide you through Shavasana using one of my crystal singing bowls. So for now, see where you can maybe release a little bit more. Taking a deep breath in, full deep breath out. And allowing yourself to slow down at the end of your practice here today. Slowly start to move your fingers and your toes again. Making those movements a little bit bigger and bigger. Stretching yourself all the way out before bringing the knees back towards your chest. And slowly, in your own way, in your own tempo, moving up into a seated position. And from there, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Thank you so much for joining today. Namaste.